Get ready for a cosmic slowdown in the best possible way. On May 10th, Mercury, the planet that rules communication, thought processes, and technology, leaves fast-paced Aries and enters the calm, grounded sign of Taurus. This astrological shift marks a powerful moment to pause, reflect, and get practical. If you've been feeling mentally scattered or overly reactive, this transit brings a welcome dose of stability. But don't mistake slow for simple. Mercury in Taurus changes the way we speak, think, and make decisions in deeply meaningful ways. In this article, we'll explore 4 key topics and reveal the 7 things you absolutely need to know to navigate this energy with clarity, confidence, and purpose. The meaning of Mercury in Taurus. When Mercury, the planet of communication, logic, and learning, enters the steady Earth sign Taurus, our mental energy shifts dramatically. Unlike the quick, impulsive vibe of Mercury in Aries, Taurus brings patience, persistence, and practicality to the way we think and speak. This transit encourages us to slow down, think things through, and communicate with intention. Rather than rushing to make decisions or chase every new idea, Mercury in Taurus favors steady progress and well-grounded plans. It's a time when ideas are built to last, not just to excite. You may find yourself thinking more conservatively or cautiously, prioritizing tangible results over abstract theories, speaking in a more deliberate, thoughtful manner, becoming more resistant to change or outside opinions. While this can lead to greater focus and determination, it can also bring some stubbornness. Conversations might take longer to unfold, but they'll be rooted in authenticity and real-world relevance. In short, Mercury in Taurus helps us anchor our minds, making this an ideal period for building plans, making financial decisions, and committing to goals with long-term value. Impact on communication and decision-making. As Mercury moves into the earthy, grounded energy of Taurus, communication and decision-making undergo a significant transformation. This transit shifts the mental atmosphere from fast-paced and spontaneous to deliberate, thoughtful, and methodical. Conversations slow down, ideas are processed more cautiously, and decisions are made based on practical value rather than fleeting excitement. Communication. From quick words to considered speech, Mercury governs how we express ourselves, how we listen, and how we interpret information. In Taurus, this function becomes more patient, steady, and deliberate. People are less likely to blurt things out impulsively and more likely to speak with intention and clarity. Here's how communication tends to change during this transit. Pacing slows down. Thoughts are more grounded and structured, with less urgency. Speech becomes more concise and meaningful. Rather than over-explaining or over-analyzing, people prefer to get to the point. Listening improves. There's a greater ability to truly hear what others are saying, rather than just waiting for a turn to speak. Stubbornness may rise. Taurus is a fixed sign, so there may be more resistance to other viewpoints or changes in opinion. People may become less responsive to high-pressure persuasion, favoring instead ideas that are proven, tangible, or tied to their personal values. It's a great time to have conversations that require depth, honesty, and patience, but not ideal for spontaneous debates or fast back-and-forth negotiations. Decision-making. Caution over impulse. Mercury in Taurus strongly influences how we make decisions. The Taurus mindset is centered on security, stability, and long-term value, which means decisions are weighed more carefully. Instead of acting quickly, people prefer to take their time. Rushed choices feel risky under this influence. Rely on experience and facts. Abstract ideas or emotional appeals are less persuasive. Focus on what is realistic and achievable. Stick with what's familiar. There's comfort in routine and a tendency to resist unnecessary change. This can be beneficial in areas like finance, business planning, home improvements, or goal setting, where patience and grounded thinking lead to better outcomes. However, it may create friction in fast-paced environments that require flexibility and quick pivots. Strengths of this transit: enhanced ability to stay focused on one task at a time, more practical and realistic problem solving, improved communication clarity. People mean what they say, stronger alignment between decisions and personal values. Challenges of this transit: risk of becoming mentally inflexible or overly cautious, tendency to resist new ideas or alternatives, even when beneficial, delays in decision-making due to overthinking or fear of risk, potential for miscommunication if others expect quick responses. Mercury in Taurus transforms how we interact with others and make choices. It invites us to think before we speak, build instead of rush, and choose what lasts over what dazzles in the moment. This is a powerful period for aligning words with intentions and grounding decisions in reality, provided we stay mindful of the need for openness and adaptability when necessary. How Mercury in Taurus affects each zodiac sign. Aries. You're used to quick thinking and acting on impulse, but this transit slows things down. Expect a shift toward more grounded financial planning and clearer articulation of your values. You may feel more stubborn than usual in discussions. Focus on patience and precision. Taurus. This is your transit. With Mercury in your sign, your mental clarity improves, and others listen to you more attentively. It's a powerful time to express yourself confidently, especially in personal or professional relationships. Just beware of becoming too fixed in your opinions. Gemini. As Mercury is your ruling planet, its movement always affects you strongly. In Taurus, you may feel mentally slowed or frustrated by the lack of stimulation, but this is an opportunity to rest, reflect, and focus inward. Excellent time for journaling or behind-the-scenes work. Cancer. Expect more thoughtful communication within your social circles. Mercury in Taurus activates your networking and community sector, helping you connect with people who share your values. Collaborative conversations may be more productive, but also slower. Give others time to respond. Leo. This transit impacts your career zone. Conversations around goals, leadership, and professional stability take center stage. It's a good time to speak with authority and plan long-term moves, but avoid being too set in your ways when new ideas are presented at work. Virgo. As a Mercury-ruled sign, you'll feel this shift strongly. It brings a practical and philosophical focus, encouraging you to commit to a long-term learning path, travel plan, or belief system. Your thinking becomes more grounded, but try not to shut down opposing views too quickly. Libra deep, introspective conversations come into focus. This is a time to talk about money, intimacy, power dynamics, and shared resources. You may be more cautious with whom you trust, and that's okay. Just avoid shutting people out entirely. Financial planning is favored now. Scorpio Mercury in Taurus lights up your relationship sector. One-on-one communication becomes central. This is a strong time to have meaningful, practical discussions with partners, clients, or close friends. Be mindful not to dominate conversations or cling to being right. Sagittarius. This energy activates your routines, work habits, and health mindset. It's a good time to streamline communication at work, get organized, and simplify daily tasks. You may also be more vocal about your needs, especially regarding time management or physical well-being. Capricorn. This transit brings a boost to your creativity and personal expression. Mercury in a fellow Earth sign supports your artistic or romantic communication. If you've been waiting to share something meaningful, this is your moment. Be clear, consistent, and emotionally grounded. Aquarius thoughts turn toward home, family, and emotional roots. Mercury in Taurus helps you speak calmly and clearly in domestic matters, though you may feel more reserved emotionally. Conversations about housing, family responsibilities, or emotional stability are well supported now. Pisces. Your communication style becomes more grounded, practical, and methodical. Expect to focus on local matters, writing, studying, or expressing your thoughts in a more organized way. You'll benefit from outlining goals and simplifying your message. Less dream, more detail. Tips for navigating Mercury in Taurus. 7. Things you need to know to work with this energy. Mercury in Taurus is a time to slow down, ground your thoughts, and communicate with purpose. While it may feel like the mental pace has dropped a gear, that's actually where the power lies. Below are 7 essential tips to help you make the most of this transit. 1. Slow your thinking and your speaking. Mercury in Taurus favors thoughtful, unrushed communication. Take time to consider your words before responding, and don't be afraid to pause in conversations. People will appreciate your sincerity more than your speed. 2. Choose your words with care. This is a powerful time to speak with intention. Whether you're writing an email, negotiating a deal, or having a heartfelt conversation, keep your language simple, clear, and grounded. Avoid unnecessary complexity or exaggeration. 3. Ground big ideas in reality. If you're working on plans or launching a new idea, focus on how to make it practical and sustainable. Mercury in Taurus asks, can this work in the real world? Build from the bottom up and don't rush the foundation. 4. Be mindful of mental stubbornness. Taurus is known for its fixed nature, and when Mercury is here, it's easy to get mentally rigid. Stay open to new perspectives, even if they challenge your comfort zone. Flexibility will serve you well. 5. Revisit financial conversations. Taurus rules money and material resources. This is an ideal time to review your budget, renegotiate agreements, or make long-term financial decisions. Conversations about value, both literal and emotional, will carry more weight. 6. Strengthen daily routines. Mercury in Taurus supports consistency and routine, especially in mental tasks. This is a great window for organizing your calendar, refining workflows, or establishing rituals that support focus and productivity. 7. Engage your senses. This earthy transit sharpens sensory perception and connects thinking to the physical world. Incorporate tactile, sensory experiences into your daily routine. Walks in nature, hands-on work, good meals, or creating art can help balance the mental with the physical.